I have gotten so many requests, so many, for a traditional capirotada. Capirotada is Mexico's iconic bread pudding. It is a dish that you just grow up eating. It's like part of breathing the air of Mexico. That is how huge capirotada is. Some people fry the bread in lard. I like to bake it in butter. We have some melted butter, and I'm brushing my pan with the melted butter. I have my layers of bread, which I sliced between 3/4 of an inch and an inch. You want it to have enough thickness so that after it toasts, you can bite into it. And also, we're gonna make 3 layers, and we want those layers to be sturdy because we're gonna pack them up and we're gonna drench them in syrup. Now I'm gonna brush this bread lightly with melted butter. I have my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm gonna bake this bread anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes. I want this bread to be super crunchy and crispy and toasty. So now I'm gonna make the piloncillo syrup, which is gonna be poured all over the bread pudding. And I have 2 conos de piloncillo. Piloncillo is the most unprocessed, unrefined form of cane sugar. I'm gonna drop them in this saucepan, and then I'm gonna pour about 8 cups of water. I have 1 stick of true cinnamon or canela. I have a few whole cloves, 1 star anise, 1/4 cup of raisins. I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and I'm gonna let it simmer anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes. I want the liquid to be reduced by half. I'm heating a large skillet because now I'm gonna fry some plantains. The plantain is not a banana. The plantain is a much more starchier fruit that is more like a vegetable. I mean, you really need to cook it. A tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of vegetable oil because it helps the butter not burn. And I'm gonna start browning my plantains. And this is gonna be like a minute per side. If you saute or brown your plantains like these in a little bit of oil and butter, it really brings their sugars out. I think my bread is ready. I'm gonna take it out. Ooh, yes, 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 this is what you want. So you see how it beautifully browned? Once they start browning, you have to go fast. I'm gonna take my plantains out, and I'm very happy that I'm finally sharing a super traditional capirotada recipe. We have the plantains, which is a traditional addition, but I wanted to add something fresh and bright that goes really nice with plantains. And why not mangoes? We love mangoes in this house, so I already peeled and sliced one, but I need another one. So this is going to add a really fresh and bright note to the capirotada, which is, you know, a heavy bread pudding drenched in sticky syrup. So it's gonna balance things out. There we have it. And now it's time to build. This baking dish I already buttered generously. And I'm gonna do 3 layers. So I have my first layer of bread, plantains. It is kind of like a crazy concoction when you think about it, because it is fried bread and then all sorts of fruits, and then it has everything goes drenched in a syrup. It is kind of a crazy mix. But we Mexicans love strong, clashing flavors. I'm adding a layer of peanuts, cotija cheese. We have the syrup that already cooked down. I'm gonna remove the cinnamon stick, the anise seed, and the cloves. I'll spoon the syrup all over and build my second layer the same as the first. And I'm adding a 3rd layer of just bread. And now I'm just pouring the rest of the syrup straight onto the last layer of bread. The oven is set at 350. I'm gonna cover these tightly with aluminum foil. I'm gonna bake it for 50 minutes, and then I'm gonna remove the foil and let it brown on top for another 10 minutes. It's been 50 minutes, so I'm gonna take my capirotada out of the oven. I'm gonna remove the foil. I'm gonna put it back in for 10 minutes so that the top beautifully browns. My capirotada is ready, and I can't wait for you to see what it looks like inside. I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of confectioner sugar on top. The combination is so incredibly delicious. You have the super juicy sweet mango, the plantain that has that butter brown flavor. You get a little bit of the taste, but you don't feel the bite of the cotija cheese. And then it's fun because you have the outside layer that's crunchy and which I'm gonna bite into. As much as I've thought that the capirotada is a dish that only Mexicans adore, I think America is ready for the next bread pudding. And it is capirotada.